Welcome, welcome, Virgos. Welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing this morning? Well, it might be afternoon, might be evening, wherever you guys are. So, wherever you are and what time it is, welcome. So, my name is Patty, for those of you that are brand new, and I'm going to be doing your intuitive tarot along with some astrology mixed in and numerology. I am, for those who are returning, thank you for coming back. Thank you for subscribing big time if you've done that already. If you haven't, or if you would like to, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell and you'll know when I'm on, because I do this weekly. I do lives weekly. You are welcome to ask questions. If they're not pertaining to what we're talking about, I will answer them at the end. So I love interaction. Please tell me where you're from, and I love to see people. Anyway, my viewers, I love to talk to my viewers. So we're going to get started. This is the 10th through the, 17th, 18th? I have to even think. This is a new week, guys. So 16th. So the 10th through the 16th. So this is going to be an interesting week. I am going to be doing a different spread for the month of May. Just giving a little, what do you call that? A little refreshing, give something new kind of a thing. So I am still going to do the 3 oracles at the top. We're going to do the divine, definitely. He always will be there and come in first, because this is divine driven and intuitive is divine. It is from the highest of high that we can get our energies from. So I pull everything from there as possible. So we will have the Divine's card, current energies, and future. Now, the difference is I'm going to do a spread, and then I'm also going to do a health, a wealth, and a love card. So I want to touch base because some people are asking me, well, you don't do much love. Well, if the divine doesn't have love in that week for you, there's something else to be going on. However, I am going to put those in for you this month of the month of May and see how that goes. So I would love your comments on what you think of this new way of me doing spreads for you. Then maybe in June, I'll do a Celtic spread. Who knows? I'm going to change it up, whatever the divine says to do. All right. So let's get started. 10th through the 16th. We're going to pull 3 oracles, and hopefully everybody is healthy, wealthy, and wise. Oh, and I'm recording this on the 4th, so may the 4th be with you. My daughter's like, oh my God, Mom, really? So anyway, so let's get going. I'm just a jokester, guys. I'm just a jokester. All right. And that made somebody log off. Oh, well, what's to say? What's to say? You got to keep it light, guys. Got to keep energies in the light. Love and light and joy. You got to keep it. Otherwise, people get too serious. It's like, oh, my gosh. Okay. So we have the current energy out for the divine is the wind fairy. It is the number 11. So again, this is bringing balance. This is bringing something forward to you to bring something together. And it will be, because we're given free will, it'll be either be for you to bring it together or separate it. You make it go away kind of a thing. This is really, really an important card. The divine has given this card, I don't know how many times. Because it is about your thoughts, your words, and your intellectual analysis. I don't know how many times he's given me this card in the last 2 weeks for your sign. So if this is a repeat for you, he's trying to tell you a lesson. So this is it again. If it's another lesson, if you've seen this once or twice, this card through any of the readings, it's the number 11. So 11 is another number where we want to pay attention. It's a double number, but if it was repeated, that it's shown up a couple of times for you, this card a couple of times, pay attention to this because there is a message in it. If it comes up a 3rd time, it means that you really need to pay attention. If you're not paying attention, it'll come up a 4th time and then it's going to scream at you kind of a thing. So the divine is really saying, really pay attention to your thoughts and your words. And really analyze in your head, is this really something I need to say it's got to be out of love or out of absolute truth or, these kind of things. So that's what he's talking about with that card. Current energy is the swan. Swan is about transformation. This was interesting because I was listening to another reader this morning that I enjoy watching. And the swan came up twice for mine. And it is about transformation. It is about trusting your gifts that you have. This is a spiritual transformation. This is not a a head transformation. This is a spiritual transformation. So what I mean by that is we have to really look inside and pay attention to our intuition, pay attention to those little words that we hear in our in our head, voices and things like that, things that tell us to do things more of light. Paying attention to the things that we do in life internally. If something says, don't say that, because it might be out, how do I put this? Not in love. So if you say something mean or sarcastic or put somebody down and they say, don't say that, don't do that, then you can retract that. I shouldn't have said that. That was really wrong of me. However, when you speak it out, and this is what the divine is talking about, once you speak it out, your words, once you speak it out of your mouth, it's gone. You've just done damage. So that is the transformation of the thought process. Now, the thought process, because he's talking about your thoughts, the number one thing is your thoughts. Where do they get their core basis from? Where are those thoughts coming from? And are you lying to yourself? Are you lying to yourself? I'll share with that in a minute what I mean about that, because the future card that we have, this future energy that we've got going on, which I've seen again, I don't know how many times, is that this is your future energy of novice, which is the number 5. Okay, forgot to tell you, on Swan, it's the number 3. We have to acknowledge what the process we're going through, why we're thinking about those things. Why are we thinking about those things? Why are we saying those things? Where is this coming from? That kind of a thing. Again, this is a spiritual transformation for you guys. This is something that you are going to start thinking from your heart and not from your head. That's a big thing. It's a huge, I'll tell you, going from world to spirit, transformation thinking for me, I struggled with it. It was really hard because this world is so distracting that we want to, and we have a hard time pulling, because the devil card or the negative energies, the negative vibrations, things like that, want to suck you back down into the world. They want you to suck you back down into that thought process and that lying process to yourself. Especially ladies, we have this self-image. A lot of us have this self-image that we are so unconfident about who we are or what we are or how we look. A lot of the times it's like, I had to stop my daughter. She goes, oh, I'm so ugly. And I know that she didn't mean it, but those words, when you say it over and over and over again, you begin to believe it. How I know? I was sexually abused as a kid, and my brother used to call me fat and ugly for so many years. I believed it. I began to believe it. Well, I must be, because nobody wants to be my friend. Nobody wants to be around me. So I must be it. That's believing a freaking lie, because that's not the absolute truth. Because God doesn't, or divine doesn't create us in ugliness. He creates us out of love. That's the divine, period. Love. Okay. So it's a very hard thing to get used to. The novice. It is very hard. It's very uncomfortable. This is future, because this is going to be for June and July, probably May, June and July. This energy. And the 5 is unstable because it's new. We don't know how to handle it. We don't know how to do it. Same when I became I was an empath, but when I actually came out, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to tell people. I don't know how to share my abilities. I don't know how, because I lived in myself for so long. I had the abilities, but I didn't have to share them. So that was really an uncomfortable time, a very novice time, something new, a new practice, a new skill, a new sharing, a new way of doing things. And that is also the planets, because the planets about the month of May are about death and rebirth. So you have the death of something, which would be negative thoughts, bad habits, what do you call that? It's low self-esteem, low vibrations, low energies, low things, trying to bring it up to the surface. And even if people gossip or sarcastic, that kind of a thing, that's a thought process. These are things that are toxic to your brain set, but it starts with the spirit, because when you say the spirit already knows. Because when somebody says something sarcastic or ugly, either one, you're so into the world, you laugh along with it. But if you're partially even in the spirit, you will like, that wasn't really called for. That wasn't really nice. Or Wow, that's really mean. So that's what I'm talking about, that process. And that's what the divine is saying about transforming. So if you can even recognize that somebody's gossiping and you don't like it or you feel uncomfortable, again, that's that spirit, that intuition telling you to walk away. Don't stay around that, because that's food. Food in, food out. Garbage in, garbage out. Healthy in, healthy out. Love in, love out. Okay? It's just the process of how it is. All right. So divine is definitely talking about a spiritual transformation here from earth to spirit. And what I mean by earth to spirit, what I mean by that for those that are brand new is that we tend to really focus in on the things of the world and what's happening. How many of you sit there and focus in on your Facebook a lot and what people say, and then you get all upset, and half of that's not even true? Again, it's a lie. Some of it's fake. How many ways can we actually Photoshop anything? Because it's, wow, you would even think that some of that stuff you would be able to tell it's photoshopped, but a lot of people don't take the time to really look at it. Or if a photo matches the actual description and where that resource came from, if it came from BuzzFeed or if it came from TMZ, or did it really come from a legitimate resource? And then people start spreading the gossip. So a lot of the times that is the kind of things that you look at. I stepped away from it. The only thing I really do in my Facebook is business. I used to do a lot, and it's like, no, I don't need to get into that. I don't need to get into the social stuff and get all caught up in the world of crap. So that's like a lot of politics, a lot of stuff. People get irritated and pissed off at everybody and their own opinion and things like that. These are things that your thoughts, your words, and your intellectual analysis really needs to start honing in on and awakening where your core foundation, where do you want it to be? High integrity, low integrity. High morals, low morals. High value, low value. High self-esteem, low self-esteem. Success, unsuccessful. And a lot of it is what we say, what we think, and who we're around. All right. So let's see what we got going here. Like I said, you guys, I'm going to be doing a different kind of spread here. And then we'll get into the health. And did I flip another one there? Okay. All right. So bear with me here while I do this. So I'm laying all the cards out. Usually for those that come and watch me, usually you see me do a spread where I gradually put it out. This is actually going to be a spread that I'm going to have out already. So while I'm doing this and I'm catching up on this, interesting. Okay. First off, one of the energies that I have is definitely somebody who is focused in on the low vibration. So somebody that is, no matter what, anything could go good for this person, but they always look at the negative part of it. So everything could be going right and just going, everything possible could be going good, but they're just going to say, they're going to find the negative in it. So I don't know who is energy this is. You're going to have a real challenge in this change and this thought process transformation. Yeah, you're going to have definitely a change in that. A hard change, because we have the Knight of Swords, the Star, and the Eight of Wands on that. So here we go. 5 of Cups. So you're having a problem with the desires of your heart because it's your mindset. Okay, I'm going to put these first 3 because it's really hard to do that. You're really having a problem with that because if we start out with the 5 of Cups, you're so focused on the negative. Somebody's really, really focused on the negative, and the idea is to move away from that. We need to get the Knight of Swords turned around and actually turning towards the sun. Now, the sun, or excuse me, the star. The star is more about balance. Star is more about thinking up and lifting up. And the thing is, with that, we have the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands is about movement, fast movement. Actually, it could also be traveling and moving, but the thing is, this is a fast moving thing. And so it's like overwhelming to somebody. It's like, what are you talking about? Oh, I can't do this. It's too overwhelming. I'll tell you what, real quick story. African gentleman came here, and actually was my boyfriend at the time. And he had a really hard time on adjusting his thinking. So he was a lot about me, and he would fight a lot because he didn't understand how to express himself in a way. So I said to him, here, let's do this. Let's go ahead and ask, or let's go ahead and say, I feel when you. Okay, so it's just a technique. So when you leave the toilet seat up, I feel like you're not caring that I might fall in the toilet. Something really stupid and simple. But he's like, okay, I think I can do that. So and he tried it, and he says, okay, I feel blah, blah, blah when you. And I'm like, good. So he tried it for a couple of weeks, and then it stopped because it got difficult. So this person here is having a hard time to be let go of this new process, doesn't want to transform. It's almost like, screw it. When it gets too hard, I want to leave. When it gets too hard, I want to quit. Okay. However, anything new that we do is going to be uncomfortable for a while. In nutrition and fitness, we tell people, give it a chance, 21, 28 days. I tell my clients 1 month, give it 1 month. If you really are due diligent and you do what you need to do and you do it and you're consistently doing it, it will take 1 month to transform that chemical in your brain to say, I can change that habit. So some people take longer because they cheat or they don't tell me, but that's okay if it takes a little bit longer for some. So we have an accident, we go back and eat some sugar or sweet, whatever, we get back on the horse again and we start riding off into the sunset. So if you're having trouble in any kind of transformation process or anything that you're thinking or how you are thinking, this is when coaching would come in really, really well for you, because you need somebody to be accountable or responsible to help you stay in that process of consistency of changing your thought process from negative to positive, because this is the hardest thing. And let me tell you, somebody's complaining a lot. Complaining actually will become an addiction. Believe that or not, it will. It will become an addiction. We have a lot of wands here. We got the stars again, the star again coming up, because what happens with complaining, at first, maybe it's one little thing. Okay. And this is why changing your thought process is really important again, is that when you complain about something, hey, honey, welcome. The thing is that when you're complaining, once it's done, it's like, okay, that's fine. But then when that complaining becomes a habit over and over again, what you're doing to your brain is releasing dopamine. Dopamine is the part that gets you sort of high kind of a thing, and it gets you addicted. It's something that you need more and more and more of. That's like with drugs. It's like if you're getting into, for example, heroin, they can't shoot once and that's it. No, they have to have more and more, because that dopamine in their brain is saying, I need more of that. So when somebody complains, when somebody goes to the negative and thinks of the low vibration, the bad thoughts, I'm not good, I'm not happy, I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that. Okay, that's creating the same thing as complaining. That's what this person is doing. That's why this thought process is really, really, really important to transform to a higher level, higher energy, because it's for our brains chemically. Yes, it is uncomfortable. Yes, it is new. Yes, it's not fun. Yes, it's not easy. But as soon as you get doing it, I used to be negative, negative, negative all the time. And I used to complain all the time. But I was so addicted to that life that it was like comfortable. But when I realized that a lot of my family and friends were like not hanging around me anymore, it's like, why not? Well, you always complain. You're always negative. Why do we want to hang around that? It's no fun. So that is a huge thing for somebody right now. So this is something that you can change. It does take time. Might need coaching with it. Get coaching if you can afford it, and do that. And if not, there's so many online things. There's even videos on my Get Balanced 2020, and that's the featured channel on my thing, that you can actually go out and have free videos, free YouTubes, and find out how to do that. Because this is a lot about communication for people. So we have the Five of Wands and the Ace of Wands, which is this is a freeing moment. This is a time to actually, this is death and rebirth. This is death and rebirth again. This is the planets talking about that. We got the new moon coming in, and this is about the planets, especially in May, saying, end something and start something of a higher level, something of new. This is springtime. This is summer. This is when things are blossoming and growing and happening. This is what we want to do. Because look at this. We have the stars again. So this is about your balance. Whoops. This is about your balance. And then number 5, again, it's unstable. And it's unstable because it is new. That's it. It's not a bad thing. Being unstable in this instance is not a bad thing. However, it is a bad thing if you stay there. So this novice, if you don't get out of the novice phase and go to the intermediate and advanced phase and you're stuck, then this swan will not grow. This swan will just stay a little thing and probably die that young, because it's intended to grow, not intended to be prey. All right. And then we have the Knight of Swords. This is being true to yourself, being honest with yourself, stop lying to yourself. Oh, well, I think positive all the time. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. And the reason why I say that is when I teach people in nutrition, one of the first things I do to see if they're going to actually be honest with me is I have them empty out a gallon jug of milk. Well, finish it and clean it out and fill it with water. And then I want them to put lines on there and tell me how much water they drink a day, because you should be drinking a gallon of water a day. And when they come back I can tell if they're telling me the truth or not, just because I've done this for so long, and to see how much water they've actually drank. Most people are not honest when they say, oh, well, I drank a whole gallon. No, they probably dump some out, because it does make you pee a lot at first. But that's the whole point, is to see if they're going to be honest and tell me the truth about it. Okay. Wow. We got 2 10s. Okay, so for somebody else's energy, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It is going to take strength, guys. It is going to take strength. And here's the thing. We got the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups side by side. That's rare. Okay, so this is an opportunity to have abundance in all aspects of your life. Health, wealth, love, relationships. This is also about your spiritual self. This is about your worldly self, because we have to live here on this ball. So this is a balance of everything. However, it takes steps to get there. You cannot skip a step. This is about your future. This is about the long haul. This in May, especially with the planets, this is about the long haul. If you look at the planets, the way that they're moving and the retrogrades, it's very slow when there's retrogrades, okay? And it does take courage and strength to have the perseverance and the discipline to be able to do that, okay? It takes perseverance and discipline to actually change your thoughts and your process, because it's a transition. And if you have any kind of transition, it takes time. Like, well, I don't want to do it because it takes too long. Well, then, you know what? That's a cop-out to yourself, because you're just saying, I don't have any discipline. I don't have any perseverance. I don't have any resilience to the hard things that come against me. All right. So you're going to really have to look at that right now. What the divine is definitely talking about is talking about spiritual your spiritual well-being right now. Hey, honey, I'll answer in a minute here. I think that we talked about the job thing before. Well, the thing is that you're not leaning on divine. That's the thing, is you're overthinking and you're not leaning on divine at all. You know, you're 23, you're very, very young, and you have to look to the divine. This is what this is talking about. Your thought process and your words. You're actually trying to control things yourself. You're not letting God or the divine or whoever you believe in control it and guide you. That's your guide, not these cards. The divine is your guide, that kind of a thing. So you're trying to control everything. And the thing is, if the divine is giving you your intuition and your thoughts and your words, and you're transforming and you're paying attention to the divine, then you are going to have your answer. But you're not paying attention to the divine's signals or messages, then it will be really, really hard for you. And you're going to live in this turmoil because you're living in a world thought process. You have to go to divine and ask him, please guide me. Please give me the wisdom. Please show me. And then the hard part for you, honey, is going to be able to sit and wait. He's teaching you to sit and wait. It is very, very hard. But when you do sit and wait, then that reward comes of amazing, amazing abundance and blessings. Problem with the younger generation, yes, in India, you guys, I am praying for you guys so much. I'm so glad to see the United States is sending oxygen and sending stuff. I am so happy, happy, happy for that. Yes, but here's the thing, honey, when you pray, you have to believe in it. And then you have to really, really walk in it. You can pray all day long, but if you do not believe and if you do not trust in him, then you will basically miss the messages. So people can pray all day long, but you know what? Even here in the United States, people will pray and not have any, do anything about it. We call it, no offense, because I've been there, but we call them Sunday day Christians. You go to church Sunday, you pray. It's like, okay, now I can go be bad all the rest of the week. So I've been there, done that. So, I mean, I've lived that world, put it that way. So, but definitely my prayers are, yes, I am so afraid for your economy. Germany just went through that. Europe just went through that with all the COVID. Everybody is in it together, hon. But you guys have it bad over there, and my prayers are out to you. You got to listen to divine. You got to listen to divine. You're not listening to divine. Hey, Star, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we're going to do this here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do wealth, health, and love. That's how I'm going to do it. Wealth, health, and love. Because I really think our wealth is our success. Now, success is different to everybody. Okay. Our success could be our families. Our success could be money. Our success could be our jobs. Our success could be our children. Our success could be our health. It all just depends on what success is to you. All right. And again, wow, are these in reverse? So for those that are showing up late, I am doing my spread a little differently this month. I'm going to be switching it up a couple of times, doing a little differently. Might throw in a Celtic here or there, but I am keeping the oracles the same. I think it's really important because divine tells me what to do and I do it. All right. Wow. Oh dear. Okay. So wealth. Okay. So we have on wealth, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So the Knight of Pentacles is, of course, about material things, about wealth and things like that. So, and we have the King of Wands together. So I did a dual this time because I didn't like the first one. But the thing about that is that it's in reverse. So somebody's having a really difficult time financially right now. Yes. And the King of Wands is about a resource. So somebody has a resource to whatever they need. However, they're not listening to it. Again, this is all about really paying attention. This goes back to our reading of your thoughts, your words, and your transformation. Again, if you're showing up late, this is a spiritual transformation to listen to your intuition. Listen, he's telling you, please be careful what you're saying, what you're thinking. This is a spiritual internal thing that he's trying to say, we need to change our insides. We need to change our thoughts. We need to change the way we're talking to people and the way that we're saying words. So this, again, somebody has some resources that are at their fingertips. They just are not seeing it. So for me, for giving an example, being my leatherwork, all I did was think about horses for many, 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 many years. And my leatherwork was all horses. But as times got lean with the horse industry, I didn't even think outside the box until somebody came to me and said, hey, will you do some boat upholstery? And I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that. I do horse stuff. I could do that. And then later, more out of the box, do airplane seats, do carriages. And I'm like, oh, wow, diversifying. But see, we have to think outside the box. This is the novice energy. This is the future energy for our wealth and our health and our thing. It's going to be uncomfortable at first. It's going to be really hard. It's like, how do I listen to myself? How do I listen to the resources? That's your intuition. That's your little voice. That's the little thoughts in your head telling you, don't say that. Or don't do that kind of a thing. And that's that negative energy in here with some of you, not all of you, but some of you have that negative energy where you go to the negative before you even think about the positive. Okay. This is ruining your wealth because you're not keeping an open mind, an open thought process. And that is what's trying to be communicated here with the divine. Keep your mind open. Open your mind, because he is trying to open some doors for people that I don't know what it is. So that's your wealth. Your health, awesome. We've got a lot of things going good for our health. Again, though, with the planets, we want to make sure that we are paying attention to our rest. A lot of people are over, what do we call that? Is that we are not doing our rest and we're running on fumes. Okay, so the Knight of Cups is in the upright, and then we have the Six of Swords in the reverse. So we're looking in our health to really be paying attention to our rest and making sure that we're not running on fumes, that we're not go. You know, think about how much time you're sleeping. We have no idea how much that helps our body, because that is something that we need. That is our rest time. That's a rejuvenation. And don't eat, going back to coaching again, don't eat right before you go to bed, because then your body is working all night long to digest rather than rest. Rest is so important. 3 hours before you go to bed, no food, because then your body can actually rest. And then you're able to sleep better. You wake up with more energy, that kind of a thing. So your health, somebody's got to start getting this rest. And pay attention to that. How many hours am I sleeping? For me, I sleep 7 hours. If I sleep 6 hours, okay, not a problem. But if I sleep 8 hours, never going to happen. Not unless I'm sick. So I know my body, how much sleep. 5 hours, then I know I'm going to have to sleep early one day of the week. Know your body. Hello, Empathetic Purple. Welcome. Hang on a sec. I will answer some questions here in a minute. Okay, so we got, okay, now we got love. So somebody's really stressed out about not having somebody. You got to relax. Let divine bring that person to you, because we got the Nine of Swords in reverse and we've got the Devil. Oh my gosh, stop thinking so much about somebody wanting to come or trying to find somebody, put it that way. The devil's got you bound there. So the devil has got you thinking there. Okay, so it's going to come. You've just got to let divine bring it to you. Whether it be love of a friend, love of a partner, love of a relationship, or love of, because there's so many kinds of love, right? But the thing is, you've got to release. If you're going to just release and let go and be really surprised, is what's the old saying? Thank you, appreciate that. That was a good timing. Somebody on the other side. So is when you least expect it, expect it. I don't know who that's from or who it's for, but when you least expect it, expect it. So it's really important, men, women, young, middle-aged, old, when you're waiting for love, go live your life. Go live your life, live your singlehood, because that's when it's going to come. It's when you keep looking. Oh, you're on these dating sites. Oh, yeah. Left, right. Yes, left, right. It's like, oh, I got to find him. That's when it's not going to come and you're going to get all kinds of stuff you don't want. So I will say with this, take a break, breathe. It's coming. Don't let the devil have his way, because he's having a fun time when you guys are looking and you're so focused in on it. Focus in on your life, because you need to be an individual in a relationship. And if you don't know how to be an individual in a relationship, that is when you're going to fail at, I hate saying fail. You're going to learn a lesson that you have to be yourself first. Then that other person comes in and they are themselves. You have to continue to do your own things, love yourself, know yourself, be yourself, and let each other be the dessert to yourselves. When you're the dessert to somebody else, it's a lot more fun, because when they go away or they're busy or whatever, you don't start panic. Oh, they're not talking to me. Oh, why they haven't called? Oh, they haven't done this. No, you need to just go be you, do you. And then when they call and do whatever, you can come in and enjoy each other. This is the problem, that you're too focused. You're too focused. You're not doing you. Do you and it will come. All right. All right, guys, I didn't realize how late I was. But Virgos, we always have fun doing this, right? All right, so let me see what I got going. Yes, star, right. Feel it, live it, visualize it. Yes. That's the way that successful people in business, that's what they do. They feel it. That is the intuition. That is what their passion is, their calling, their purpose it. They walk the walk, but they visualize a goal way out there. That is what this is. I've got goosebumps for somebody. This thought process. You have to feel it, think positive, stop yourself when you start doing negative. You walk the walk, and then you visualize what it can bring to you, because negative stuff never brings anything to you other than heartache and trouble. All right. Yes, God is always with you, definitely. Nobody is ever alone. And that's what the hard part. When you're in a world thinking process, star, a lot of people are in a world thinking process. They always think they're alone. And then they'll say, well, I'm by myself. No, you're not, because you're not paying attention to what the divine is doing. And so when you are in spirit, you don't think about ever being alone, ever. I'm never alone. So why am I lonely? I do miss, I don't say lonely, I do miss human interaction, or, the opposite sex interaction, not sexually, but just the camaraderie of it. You do miss it. However, you should not focus in on it. All right. Yeah. All right. Good, honey. You're recovered through your negative thoughts. You got to keep on that though, because I feel like there's still negative thoughts there, because there's mistrust. There's mistrust in the divine. You're not trusting in the divine a lot. So if that's doubt, and the doubt is this, who's working on you. You're not having faith in that process. You're not faith in happening. Whatever is happening is to grow us stronger. Especially if it's a negative or it's hard, it's to grow us stronger, and it will grow us stronger. Okay. Just don't stay bonded to the devil. Keep thinking positive. Keep saying this, whatever is happening is going to be okay. Whatever is happening is supposed to happen. You will become very, very strong with it. Empathic. Hi, I am really in need of guidance. My best friend has died in front. Oh my gosh, on Sunday. And I feel so guilty that I might have been able to stop it from happening. I need to know if he is okay. All I can think is it's my fault, and I have to know what is he's thinking. Hello, was waiting. I'm also a Virgo. Hang on a sec. This is really heavy, empathetic, really heavy. And he was a Sagittarius. Okay. Just know that this is not your fault. My brother was murdered, and I also had thought, how I could have stopped it because I had the premonition that he was going to be murdered. So hopefully this will help you. But what it is if it's time for him to go home, you will have never ever stopped it. I got goosebumps everywhere. So somebody spiritually is here for you or for me to share this with you, that this is not your fault. And the thing is, it was his time. And no matter how you would have ever thought that you could have stopped it, you definitely you wouldn't have been able to, because it was his time. So he is fine. Trust me, he is. I will tell you, he is living. He is on the other side. I have talked to past people on the other side. And so just know that if they've passed on, they are fine. And the thing is that when my brother came through after he died, he goes, sis, please do not focus in on how I died. Focused in on how I lived. So I hope that can help you. If you feel you need to email me, please email me. I'm not going to charge you. I don't charge anybody for emailing me. So, but that is really, really, really heavy. That is really hard. You need to get into a support group as well, or get some friends. Or there is, I belong to. Yeah, that's fine if he wasn't murdered. But I'm just saying in that sense. What I'm saying is focus in on how he lived, not how he died. And that's what they want, because now they're passed over in love. That's all they feel when they pass over in love. And that is something that they want us to feel, is to remember the love, the good things, the memories. He's come through many a times and shared with me, and it creates a sadness to see us down here sad for them. Yeah. So, that kind of a thing. So just really be mindful of that. And just know, that kind of a thing. The only thing I'm getting right now is peace. So if that is his peace, I don't know, because a lot of the times I don't know who's coming through, but I'm getting a very much peace, like a calmness, like a stillness. I'm getting that, and I'm getting goosebumps. So it may be him, it may be one of his angels or his guides around him. So yes, and if you look in the description down below, you can see my email. You're very welcome to email me there, or you can even go to divinewarriorintuitive.com and you can see me there as well, and just contact me through that way. Either way. All right. So yeah. Yeah. So just know that he's at peace and calm, and it's very beautiful. I've seen the other side. It's very, very beautiful. It's something that I can't even explain. It's not even of this earth. So all right, guys, I didn't realize that this is so long. Star, yes, he is happy. Yes. Well, because he's love. He's in love. You're right, Star. He's in love. So why would you not be happy in love? And there is no pain. There is no sorrow. There is nothing negative on that other side. And the thing is, a lot of people, I'm not going to go into that because I could be sitting here for hours talking about it. But the thing is, on the other side, it is love, Love, and absolute truth. And that's all the divine is. And it's amazing. I know that my mother and my brother definitely uh, talked to them many times since they've been gone. So anyway, if anybody who's watching ever needs to email me, please do so. And if you did enjoy this, if something did resonate with you, I please ask you to only like and subscribe and hit the bell. You'll know when I'm on again. And then we do this Tuesday through Friday, Saturday sometimes, right, Star? Because it depends. My knee surgery today. Keep me in prayer, guys. I go to my doctor's appointment here. I'm not doing good with my knee, so hopefully I don't have to go back in and have surgery. So keep me in prayer that that visit goes really, really well. I appreciate it. But do 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 meditate and pray. I'm hearing that, you know, people need to meditate and pray. And the thing is, when you meditate, it's just talking to divine 1 or 2 minutes, and you can do it all day long. I do it all day long. Doesn't mean that you have to sit for a half an hour. It doesn't say 45 minutes, and you don't need to do that. You get in the car and just say, hey, you know, I just need some wisdom or guidance today. Can you please give it to me? That's a meditation. Very, very easy. All right. So, all right. You've got your, honey, you've got a lot of ancestors around you. A lot of ancestors. They're trying to show you wisdom. You've got to listen to the second dimension. You got to listen to divine. He's trying to give you messages. He really is. So, and also too, whenever you see somebody that needs help, please help them, because we're in a place where we need to be selfless and not selfish. All right. Yeah. Oh, Star, thank you. Anyway, I got to go because I got another reading to do. If you want to come in on that one, you hit subscribe, hit the bell. You'll know when I'm on live. I got to walk around for a few minutes, take a break, and then I'll do one more reading today. So I'm going to be doing, let me see, I'm going to do Capricorn. So, all right. And I'll be doing one other reading later on after my appointment. So I'll be doing that. All right. It's great talking to you guys. Thank you. And thank you, Empathetic. Please email me if you need to. Anybody also email me if you need to. I love hearing from you guys, and I answer everything, all comments and all things. Yes, yes. You hang in there, honey. You know what? You got to trust and believe it's all going to be fine. It is just God's got you sitting and waiting. He's testing you. He's testing you. Yes, everybody get rest. Everybody get rest, Star. All right. Take care.